Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to the Bird Eye News. My name is Harris Nertzberg, and I'm your host. Today, we'll be covering the new Star Wars movie that everyone's talking about, Rogue One. I hope you are excited. We're going to dive right into today's episode with the Harrison Report. Rogue One has made 2016 an all-time record-breaking year for Disney. The hype is real, with many people making it priority to make it to the box office and snag those tickets. We will now ask FBCS students what they thought of the film and what they liked and disliked. Freshman Tiberian Olson. Leah Roth, junior at FBCS. Thank you for coming on the show, guys.
You're welcome.
So you've all seen Rogue One.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
It's
How
awesome.
many times have you done it?
Twice.
Twice.
I've seen it like 3 times.
Wow, real fans here. Okay, what was your favorite moment in the movie?
Oh, I like the part where the giants. What are those ships called? The big ones.
Star
The
Destroyers.
Star Destroyers.
Star Destroyers.
When they came and they crashed into the gate, that part was really cool.
Yeah.
And it wasn't sad.
I felt like,
like
some-
most of the movie, yeah.
for some reason, I felt like that scene just reminded me of Return of the Jedi when the big giant starship crashes into the
Oh,
Death
yeah.
Star.
What do you think about the CGI controversy?
Like,
With Grand Moff Tarkin, he was looking older in this one, even though he's supposed to be
Well,
younger. But dead actors being re-portrayed by CGI technology. Would they have really said that? Is it ethical to do that?
well, I mean, they're gonna. They don't really have any other choice. I mean, you can't make a Star Wars movie that's based in the past with, before Tarkin died and, before Leia became super old. I mean, you can't really make a show where they don't have those two people in it, so I can see why they CGI'd. And I don't really agree with people who are, saying that that's just being disrespectful to the character, because, being disrespectful to the character is just CGIing them as Princess Leia in a completely different movie than a Star
Yeah.
Wars-based movie.
I see.
It's like a Princess Leia cameo in Star Trek.
Yeah. Fun.
And Leah?
Yeah, pretty much the same opinion there. Although it's kind of sad seeing them CGI'd instead of really being in there, but
It was good CGI.
Yeah.
It was. Leia was a little bit off, but
Yeah.
it looked pretty real.
I didn't know if that was Carrie Fisher with a ton of makeup or, just computer
know.
generated. Yeah, here we go. Do you think Disney should make more standalone films?
I heard that they're gonna just do that anyway. I heard that they're making a Boba Fett film and a Han Solo film soon.
Ooh.
If you go on the internet, and Disney's been talking about it on Twitter, a
Yeah.
lot.
I see.
Well,
Yeah.
I don't see why they wouldn't. It's a
Yeah.
huge
Well,
blockbuster.
it's because
Yeah.
because they're starting to make the movies before Episode 7 came out, they were already in the making of Episode 8. And Episode 8 was gonna take a long time because they had different effects in it and stuff.
Yeah.
So what they are gonna do is in between the making of the new movie that is based on the actual series, they're gonna put
7, 8, 9.
they're gonna put in a Star Wars short story
Yeah.
while they're waiting for the actual movie. So they're gonna do that, I think, for every one of them.
Yeah.
So after 8 comes out, for 9 they're gonna put in the Han Solo movie. After 9 they're gonna put in
Yeah, I see
Boba
what you're
Fett.
saying.
Yeah, and I think, the more Star Wars in the theaters, the better.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a long time to wait. 2 years for the new movie. So.
Right.
Yeah.
So they're gonna put in something in there to spice it up.
Yeah. And do you hope Disney makes more standalone films taking place in the Star Wars universe, which I think you guys just answered? And did you think it was as good as The Force Awakens?
Yes. I like The Force Awakens a little better because it didn't make me cry at the end. I
Hey,
hate
Han
crying in
Solo,
theaters.
you know,
Well, that
he
part
was
made me
a big
cry,
part of
but
it.
it didn't end super sad. Okay, yeah, I forgot
was pretty
about
sad.
That was terrible. You
Yeah.
can't do that.
Yeah, with me is I was kind of super split between the two. When it comes to The Force Awakens, if you look at it through super big speculation, it's the exact same as the first movie.
Yeah.
Droid has something, needs to get it to one place to the other while they have bad guys chasing him through the entire show.
Yeah.
But that doesn't mean it's a bad movie. I like The
Yeah.
Force Awakens.
Yeah,
Except
the
for
first
Han Solo.
Spoilers.
Spoilers.
Sorry.
Just censor that entire thing that I just said. But in Rogue One, I thought it was really interesting because they brought in a different story that's not
Yeah.
an actual. It's like a completely side story. That's why.
To explain a gap in the timeline, and
Mhm.
the fans always wanted that.
Because it's like 10 minutes. Because the ending's like 10 minutes, like after the
Yeah.
like before the first movie. So it's like, you know, after you watch Rogue One, you go home, you pop in A New Hope, and there you are. It's
Yeah,
the
exactly.
continuation
Yeah,
of
it's
that.
just, yeah.
And I liked how they didn't have to have a Jedi as the hero. Like, you can still be a hero in Star Wars
Yeah.
and not be a Jedi. So I
I'm
like
the one
that.
with the Force and the Force was with me. I'm one with the Force
Yeah.
and the Force was with me. I'm one with the Force and the Force was with me.
Yeah. Well, I think that's it. Do you guys know about the conspiracy, the Jar Jar Binks conspiracy?
Oh,
He was the
God.
real Dark Lord, the real Sith Lord. Jar Jar, he's in control.
Misa no see the Lord. Misa good man.
Okay,
I'm
well, we're
scared
going to end
now.
that there. Thank you, Tiberius, for coming on the show. Thank you, Leah. And have a good one. We'll be back on the Bird Eye News. We've now heard the stances of FBCS students and how they felt about the new Star Wars standalone film. I hope you enjoyed the segment of the Bird Eye News. Have a great day.
Misa free man.